That was the most horrible day of my life, and I think I will never be able to forget, not because of just what happened to me, but also because I saw my friends, my teacher being killed in front of my eyes. 16 December 2014 is when that attack happened in Pakistan, in the city of Peshawar, on my school. I was in the auditorium, the main hall of that school, with my friends for an assembly when these terrorists entered our school and started firing. My friends were being killed in front of my eyes. I saw my teacher being burnt alive, and she was just about a meter away from me. But I couldn't help her either because I was also wounded, and I was pretending to be dead because the terrorists were everywhere in that place. And if they saw me that I was alive, they would have just shot me until I died. No one ever expected a school to be attacked when children were inside the school, and no one ever expected children to be killed in such a way. And at this moment, I didn't know about my brother Haris being killed. And after about 2 weeks, I realized from my friends that Haris was killed in that attack. It was just too much to bear for a 14 years old. Who can imagine getting all these things when they are 14 years old? I had a very hard time in the hospital after that. I was feeling this anger that this shouldn't have happened, and if this did, now we need to make sure that it doesn't happen ever again. But I was just thinking also about how I could use that anger, how I could do something to stop these people, to stop these terrorists from doing this again and again to other families. And when I was in the hospital in the UK, this is where I realized that there was a problem of radicalization in the UK. Children were going towards terrorist groups in Syria and Iraq, and I thought that if I could do to stop these children, that would be the best revenge, taking the best revenge from those terrorists. I decided to go to schools, colleges, universities, wherever in the UK, to speak to these young students myself and tell them about my story and tell them that this is just one of the many stories that have been caused by those terrorists. People actually came to me after the events every time I went there, and they told me how inspired they were, and that was something that that encouraged me and kept me going on. If it could even help one person, if I could stop one person from being radicalized and change their life, I will think that I thought that would be a success for me. It was quite hard initially to speak about my story when I started this campaign, because what had happened on that day was just something that I couldn't describe with words, and I couldn't say. But after that attack, when I started speaking out about it, and when I realized that it was effective and it was helping other people, that made it easier for me to share my story more often and just share it with people so that I could change them. I believe that I have survived for a reason, and that reason is to work for the people in all different parts of the world who do not have the privileges that people have in this part of the world, and speak out for those people, because if my story can make a difference, it should, and I should utilize it to make a difference for those people.